Hello everybody! Welcome back to part 40! Welcome to part 43 of Let's Play Pokemon White. We are in Celestial Tower, and at the very end of the last part we caught an LGM. So now we caught all the Pokemon that we want to catch in this tower, so if I like I could totally go back to a Pokemon Center and swap out Cappuccino for somebody else, but I'm not gonna do that. I like Cappuccino. Cappuccino's a really... Cinccino is actually a really interesting Pokemon. I guess she just doesn't know the best attacks yet, but now I can make her forget Sing, now that I have my fun with the Wake-Up Slap combo. So let's battle this trainer, and let's proceed further. I put Minipete first in the party just for the heck of it, or at least I think I put Minipete first in the party, I don't know. But let's see what she has. It's a Swoobat. Wow, it's a good thing I chose Minipete then. I love it when I pick the right Pokemon for the job. Go, Minipete, KO the Swoobat. Wow, Acrobatics actually did more damage than the Shockwave, thanks to that Swoobat using Amnesia, but yay, Minipete got to level 32! And wow, he's gaining experience all over the place. I'm gonna have to give him a break after this, but hey, Gothorita! That is the evolved form of Gothita, so I'm gonna have Laverna take care of this because it's Psychic type. So, come on, let's have Laverna beat up this Gothorita. Gothorita is actually a pretty cool-looking Pokemon. It's too bad we can't actually catch this Pokemon in White. If I had catched one, especially a female one, I know exactly the nickname to give it. But, oh well, we don't have Gothita because this is Pokemon White. We can't even catch it, so that's too bad. There isn't even an in-game trade where we can obtain it like we could for Cottony. So that's too bad, but let's just defeat this thing. With the Pokemon using Feint Attack on Laverna, but I guess that Gothorita had no other choice because I bet the only other attacks it had were Psychic attacks, which wouldn't have done anything to Laverna, so at least Feint Attack did something. But let's go up this way, and I don't think there's anything else off over there, no items or anything. So I'm going to put somebody else first in the party. I'm going to put Monty in the party, actually, because we haven't seen him battle since he evolved to Excadrill. That's another thing that happened in the last part, so now we have an Excadrill just like Clay. Yeah, that was another LGM, but I already caught one, so I don't even need to worry about it. And hey, there's Skyla, and I guess we're already at the top of the Celestial Tower. That's really interesting. Yeah, let's talk to Skyla and see what she has to say. So there's apparently a sick Pokemon at the top of the Celestial Tower, so I guess that's what she's attending to? Oh, you came! Thank you! I was right! What I saw was a hurt Pokemon. Don't worry though, it's fine now. Where's the Pokemon? I don't even see it anywhere. I gave it a max revive, then it felt better and flew away. Oh, that's why. It must have been a bird Pokemon or something. Oh, gee, that was kind of lame. We don't even get to meet the Pokemon. Don't I have great eyesight? No matter how far away things are, a pilot's eyes can see them. Skyla is a pilot. I didn't know that. You wouldn't know that judging by her appearance and her gym design, but I'll get to that later once we actually enter her gym. But there's a bell on top of this. Oh, that's right. Since you come this far, why don't you ring the bell? Celestial Tower's bell is for soothing the spirits of Pokemon. Also, the character of the person ringing the bell is reflected in its sound. Okay, I guess that's kind of interesting. I don't know entirely what that means, especially since I don't come up here that often. And look, we have the clouds in the background. Wow. Wow, that is a really cool 3D effect with those clouds over there. I just really like how those clouds look down there. I guess it's just been a long time since I've been up here, because I guess the last time I was up here was in my last playthrough of Pokemon White when I came up here for the first time. So let's ring the bell and see what happens. Yeah! Wow, that is a very realistic sounding bell. Or I bet it's a Bronzong in disguise, and now we'll have to fight it, right? And nothing happens. Yeah. Minerva, you are a kind and strong person. Well, that's to no surprise. Every single protagonist and every single Pokemon game is a kind and strong person, so this comes as no surprise. Gee, this game is so unoriginal. Why can't they give us more interesting protagonists than this? It's that kind of sound. I'd like to introduce myself again. I'm Skyla, the leader of Mistelton's Pokemon Gym. I use Flying-type Pokemon, hence my name. When you are ready, please come to the gym. I'll give you a big welcome. Yeah, that's the thing about every gym leader of every region, is that their name totally makes sense with the type of Pokemon that they use. Like, Clay makes sense because he uses ground-type Pokemon, and Lisa, the Elipard, sounds like electric, so yeah, and I didn't know Pokemon can appear here. Wow, I totally didn't know Pokemon can appear on this top level of the Celestial Tower. But I'm gonna give the Hardstone back to Monty because he can't use the Eviolite anymore, and he knows Rock Slide, so that'll strengthen his rock attacks. But yeah, I think the only thing we can do now is go back down the Celestial Tower. Down, 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 down we go. But I think we fought all the trainers already, and was that an item over there? And how do we get to it? Ah. Another LGM. Well, gee, now that we... Ah. If I'm having Monty use... Ah. If I'm having Monty use Rock Slide against all these Litwicks just because... Ah. Just because Rock Slide doesn't actually involve physical contact with the Pokemon, so yay, there's a TM for Shadow Claw. That's kind of interesting. That's really interesting. I might teach that to somebody, but I didn't want to have him use Dig because I'm afraid of some of these Litwicks having the Flame Body ability that'll burn Monty if you try to use Dig on them. But let's heal our Pokemon just for the heck of it. Just because there's a nurse here and I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do with the nurse, although I bet if I played as a male character, I could think of another thing to do with these nurses, and that totally sounded wrong of me, but anyway, let's go back down the Celestial Tower. I guess since Skyla went back to the gym, actually, I think what I should do is, I think what I should do is actually try to go into the gym and see if anything will actually prevent us from going in the gym. Like the last couple of times, a bunch of Team Plasma people prevented us from entering the gym the last couple of times. So let's actually see if that happens when we try to challenge Skyla. I'm just going to immediately go walk in front of the gym and see if anything happens after we go back to Mistletoe City, and I saw a shaking patch of grass over there. Let's see if there's an Audino. Who wants to fight an Audino? I think the Pokemon who needs to fight an Audino is... Actually, I'm gonna have Cappuccino battle an Audino, because Cappuccino, again, knows some fighting attacks, and let's hope we don't encounter it. Oh, here's an interesting Pokemon. I totally didn't know this Pokemon could appear on the route. Okay, I guess I was kind of upset that I didn't get a chance to encounter that Audino, but instead I found another almost winter-exclusive Pokemon, Kikucho. Now, Kikucho could actually be found in Twist Mountain and any other season, but we can't even enter Twist Mountain yet until we defeat Skyla. So, now we have a Kikucho, but they only appear in the routes outside in the wintertime, and since it is winter, here's one right now. So I guess I could try to capture this one, but I don't know. Kikucho isn't exactly my favorite Pokemon, so I don't think I'm even going to bother catching one, and if I want an Ice-type Pokemon, I already have Carvel, so I'm just going to cream this one with Wake Up Slap. Unless this happens to not KO the Kikucho, in which case I will try to catch it just because it's tough and all, but okay, I guess I KO'd it. Whatever. Okay, I guess I didn't find an Audino, but I did find a Kikucho at least, so at least that was kind of something. And there's an Audino, or maybe it's an Emolga, I don't know which one it is. It's either an Audino or an Emolga. Alright, that was an Audino, and Cappuccino got to level 32 in that battle. But unfortunately, when she used the Sing and Wake Up Slap combo, she didn't one-hit KO the Audino, and that was after Sing missed twice. So I think I'm gonna actually have her forget Sing, because apparently she doesn't get the Technician boost once she uses Wake Up Slap after using Sing. So I'm gonna just have her forget Sing, and why am I going into the Pokemon Center? So what I'm actually gonna do is have her forget Sing and instead learn... I don't know if I should make her learn Rock Blast or Bullet Seed, but I'm gonna make her learn Rock Blast for now, just because I know that Skyla uses Flying type Pokemon, so if Cappuccino learns Rock Blast, then that's actually gonna be of more help in the gym. So, especially since we no longer have Brock, then we can use more Pokemon that'll be better against flying Pokemon. So let's teach her Rock Blast. Yeah! I guess I could always have her forget Wake Up Slap and learn Bullet Seed instead, but I don't know, I kind of feel like Rock Blast instead of... I kind of feel like keeping Wake Up Slap on her for a little while longer, just because it has 60 base damage and therefore will be affected by Technician. So yeah, I'm just gonna have her forget Sing, just because Sing sucks as far as accuracy goes. And that Sing and Wake Up Slap combo is just not gonna be as good as I thought it would be, so I just had to forget that. And I gotta go back to the Pokemon Center real quick, just in case we have to have any battles before we can enter the gym. So I gotta do that really quick. Now, I could put Carvel in the party, but I just put her in the daycare, so that won't even be practical now. But the good thing is, I think I took quite a few steps since I left Carvel and also Coulomb in the daycare. Coulomb being the Tynamo I most fortunately caught in Chargestone Cave. So let's go into the gym and see if we can get there. Let's run and go the runway, not that that's even a wise idea. If that airplane's engine suddenly turned on, we would totally be screwed. And is anything gonna happen? I guess not. I guess there is no Team Plasma encounter we have to have. But yay, at least we got a fresh water. I guess there are no obstacles to us entering the gym. I totally thought that we were gonna have to have an encounter with Team Plasma before entering the gym, but I guess that's just not gonna happen. So I guess that's not gonna happen, but actually one thing I might as well do while I'm here is I'll go back out onto Route 7 and see what happens if we try to go out near Twist Mountain. It'll be really good if we can actually go into Twist Mountain, because there's a Pokemon I want to catch there that can only appear in the winter. And I know there will be some trainers in the way on our way up to Twist Mountain, so maybe we can, I guess if nothing else, we can at least battle some more trainers. But after that, basically the only thing we can do is train a bit until we have a battle with Skyla. Oops, and why did I walk into the grass? Ah. Alright, and that was a Deerling, and Cappuccino actually one-shotted it with Wake Up Slap, thanks to her technician abilities. That was just really awesome. And I think this house here is a healing house, actually, if I remember correctly. Let's see if it is. Blah, 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 blah. That person's talking about cooking. Oh my, your Pokemon team. It seems all worn out. Yeah, this is a healing house. Not that we really needed it, because all I did was have Cappuccino use Wake Up Slap on that Deerling that appeared. So, okay, that was making soup, and we don't even get to try it. I can totally go for some vegetable soup now. It's cold outside, and who's that? The cross transceiver's ringing. Okay, that's interesting. I guess we don't get interrupted at the gym. Instead, we get interrupted here, and it's our mom calling. That's interesting. How are you doing? Wow, you're already on Route 7? You've gone quite far. Say, how are your Pokemon? You can't get that far and do all by yourself, you know. It's all thanks to your Pokemon. Don't forget to take care of them. Am I being too serious? Well, take care. Blah, 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 blah. Senior trainer. I didn't even know she was a trainer. We're not even getting to have any battles with her or anything, but there are some trainers on the way here, so we might have to battle some of them. I see a Harlequin. Not a clown, a Harlequin. They don't like to call these clowns clowns. Instead, they like to call them Harlequins, and we have to battle this one. There's a shaky patch of grass over there, but I'm not going to go for it. Especially since it might not be an Audino, it might be an Emolga instead. So here's Twist Mountain, and let's see how far we can get here, or if it's going to be blocked off. But first we have this hiker we have to fight. So I'm not going to have Cappuccino first in the party, instead I'm going to have Kikucho in there, just in case he uses some Rock-type Pokemon. Yeah, I see a guy blocking the entrance to Twist Mountain over here, so I don't know if we even can enter it, but let's battle this trainer, just in case. Hiker Terrell, eh? And it's a Dumbledore! Let's have Kikucho battle a Dumbledore. That was not too bad. That's a 2-hit KO. I guess every fight against a Dumbledore has to be a 2-hit KO thing, because that Bulldor has a sturdy ability. But yay, Kikucho got to level 32. And of course he's going to evolve at level 36 again, because every starter evolves to their final stage at level 36. Well, actually some don't. Some evolve earlier, like Ivysaur does that, for instance. Okay, this guy's using a Girder now. And I guess I'm gonna have to use Minipete, because that's the only Pokemon I have in my party who will actually stand a chance against fighting-type Pokemon, unless that Girder tries to use Rock Slide or something, which I'm hoping won't happen. But since Minipete has Acrobatics, which will be super effective against the Girder, hopefully he'll be fine. So let's see if this Acrobatics will actually one-shot the Girder. No, it doesn't, I guess. Instead, Minipete is gonna be screwed by a Rock Slide. Okay, fortunately he didn't faint though, so at least that's something. Let's have Minipete use Electro Ball on this thing, because Minipete will be much faster than that Girder. Girder is really slow. That's why I kind of stopped training Flint. I really liked Flint for a while, but he's really not the best Pokemon, especially since there's no way that I can get him to evolve, because the only way that I can get him to evolve is if I trade him, which is not going to happen in this game since I'm playing on an emulator. Let's see what this guy blocking the entrance to Twist Mountain has to say. You're a Minerva, aren't you? Are you surprised that I know? Clay told me. Uh-oh, to go inside Twist Mountain, you need to have a gym badge from the Missington Gym. The wild Pokemon here are tougher, and we want to be sure you're ready. Okay, I guess he's not going to say anything funny or amusing or whatever, so I guess the only thing we can really do right now is go train a little bit on Route 7 and Charmstone Cave and the Celestial Tower and all the other places like that. So I'm going to go back to a Pokemon Center, actually, because I think there is one more thing that I want to do. And you'll see why I do that once I get there, but there's a place that I want to fly to. Now that we can actually use fly, let's see what's in the shaking patch of grass first. Yay, I love Autonos. They give out so much experience. That one gave out over 2,000 experience, and Kikucho almost got to level 33. He only has a few experience left to get to level 33, but I'm not going to battle any of these trainers just yet. And I think, honestly, I'm just going to battle all those trainers off-screen, because these trainer battles are just taking up too much of my time. And I don't want to be wasting too much time in these videos by just battling a whole bunch of trainers. So I'm going to heal my Pokemon just because I don't want to use a PC without healing my Pokemon first. But there actually is one more thing I want to do. I want to see if I can get anything out of doing this. But on the way, I might as well check the Pokemon that I have in my daycare, because I'm going to take out Sickness from my PC so that I can fly to this other place. So let's take Sickness out, and yeah. I don't know who I'm going to replace. I'm going to replace Kikucho, not that it's really going to matter. I'm just taking out Sickness so that I can fly to a place anyway. So anyway, the place that I want to fly to, once I actually go over to where Sickness is I'm actually going to fly back to New Vima Town, because I think I once heard somebody mention before that Professor Juniper had something to give me long ago. And for some reason I just feel like visiting Professor Juniper, but first let me visit my own mother, because I know she was just calling me and missed me and everything, so let's talk to her. Yay! And now we get to have a rest, not that that really mattered, didn't really need a rest, blah 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 blah. I guess my mom didn't have anything interesting to say, but let's visit Professor Juniper. Let's hope that she's back in her lab. Yeah, she is back in her lab. Okay, Professor Juniper, what do you have to say? Why, hello, Minerva. How have you been lately? How's your Pokédex coming along? Can I see it? Sure. So, I've seen 80 Pokémon in the Unova region. Oh my gosh, 80 Pokémon, that's a lot. Trainers have a lot of different Pokémon, so battling with them is a great way to fill up your Pokédex too. It seems like you are meeting Pokémon at a good clip. Here, there's a gift to thank you for all your hard work. So, oh my gosh, I got a TM for False Swipe! Oh my gosh, that is a really good thing to get. False Swipe is a really good move to have, because it'll really help with catching Pokemon, because it keeps the target from fainting. Yeah! Oh my gosh, and she also gave me a TM for Protect! Oh my gosh, she's giving me TMs all over the place. Wow, I guess this was really worth it, because we got two TMs from talking to Professor Juniper. So that was really worth it. But anyway, we're at 21 minutes, but another thing I want to do really quick is I want to check on the Pokemon I have in the daycare. So I'm going to fly to Striaton City really quick, because that's the closest town to the daycare. I can also get there from Nacrene City, but I think Striaton City is slightly closer. And I'm going to hop on my bike, just so that I don't have to spend as much time just getting there. I see how I can maneuver around those bushes. Okay, I bumped into one, but that's really going to matter. So let's see how Coulomb and Charlotte are doing. I mean, not Charlotte, Coulomb and Carvel. So they're both at level 30, so I think they could still have a while to go. So I think the only thing I could do right now is just train my Pokemon a little bit in preparation for the battle with Skyla. And I think I'm gonna give them to like level 33 or 35 or something. Just so, I guess if I don't feel like getting them to level 35, I'll just get them to level 33 or something. But I'm gonna do that off screen, and in the next part we will start progressing through the Mistelton City Gym and eventually have a battle with Skyla. So stay tuned for part 44 of Let's Play Pokemon White.